How do you do, and welcome to Peglin, Cruciball 7. We're gonna start the day off with a refresh bandana, or fresh bandana, so we have an extra refresh on our board. We should have 2 crits, I believe. 2 free relics. Yes, indeed do. Yes, indeedy we do. I hope you're all having a wonderful day thus far. So far, I'm not having too bad of a day. I have a wedding to attend this evening. Yes, it's been weddings galore. 3 weddings now in the last week? It's exhausting, but it is what it is. Happy for them all. That is pretty big days. Pretty good time of year for them, at least. Not too hot. Weather's perfect. The leaves are changing a little bit around where I live, at least they are. It is turning great. I don't think I want any of those. None of those orbs excite me. One thing I want to discuss today of all days, one thing, embrace lightning level 2. Level 2 ball lightning's actually pretty big for us. One thing. So I have a theory. I have a theory when it comes to YouTube. YouTube specific theory here. So buckle up your seatbelts. And maybe it's not my original theory. Maybe it's actually true. I don't know. I haven't really done too much research into it. It was kind of like a shower thought that I had. I don't want 3 stones for anything. We have a level 3 ball lightning. We have 2 refreshes. I think we got 91 health. We can take on an elite. But my working theory that I have here is in regards to posting on YouTube. Posting frequency and what effects that has on your channel. Now, YouTube Studio, which is an app that YouTube offers that helps you manage and keep track of data analytics for your channel specific, or the channel specifically. And so I use that quite often. I enjoy statistics and watching these statistics and seeing how they change and what they are telling me. And so one of these statistics that I've noticed, well, it's not necessarily a statistic, but it tells us specifically what channels other viewers of this channel watches, which is very interesting. And the #1 channel that most of us are from, and I say us because I watch this channel too, it's Aliens Rock, which I thought was interesting, which it makes sense. It's probably channels that I watch are going to be the channels that you guys watch, just because, I don't know, I would assume it's because we have the same interests. I think that was my greatest guess as to why that is the case. But the other 2 is, let me take a gander here, 2 channels that I don't necessarily watch or had not watched, which that just makes me more happy, because then I got new channels to watch that probably relate to me. And so I do appreciate this statistic so much in that regards. The 2 channels are A Dead Fish and Clipped Shots. A Dead Fish is a channel with about 1.7k subscribers, which is actually very impressive. That is good for him. That is quite amazing, quite remarkable, and maybe one day we will get there. Quite maybe, possibly, I don't know, if we play our cards right, I guess. And then the second one is another channel that I maybe one day will get to their point too. They are bigger than us as well. We'll take an Elector Pignet. We'll take Popping Corn for sure. We already have an extra refresh. We don't need more refreshes. The other channel is Clip Shots. They're at 984, right at hitting 1,000. So maybe if we don't have too many matching subscribers, you guys can step on over there and we can get them up to 1,000. They just Clip Shots just needs 16 more. Maybe we can spare a little bit for them. and get him over that hump of 1,000, because maybe one day a channel like ours will see us right at that hump and offer the same benefits. I don't know, but I hope to see him get there. But I've been watching him for a while now. Clip Shots is the one that kind of struck up this theory of mine, because I've been watching Clip Shots channel, or at least his growth here recently, ever since I noticed we have similar watchers or viewers or audience. Our audiences are the same or similar. And so that being said, I've been watching his growth to see what I can learn from it, what I can gain. Maybe I can bring something into our channel to get it better, make the content a little bit better for all of us. And so I was watching and noticed that he's kind of been on a slow growth pattern, is kind of the best way to explain it. He's not growing at the same rate as he once was. Now, this probably could mean a lot of things, but I kind of wondered, does he just not post anymore? But no. On contrary to popular belief, he is posting more frequently, actually. I think he's posting now 3 times a day, which this is where the theory kind of really came to fruition, or really came together, is noticing this pattern with him and noticing back, I think it was like 2 weekends ago, or last weekend, whenever I went to that wedding. Upgrade Electro-Pegnet for sure. Yes. I don't think I want to fight another elite. Whenever I went to that wedding, I posted like 2 videos a day all weekend. And I didn't change my Peglin upload rate one bit, because I know a lot of us that came to this channel has come from Peglin, or came to the channel in purpose of Peglin, I guess is the best way to say it, is because of Peglin. So I didn't want to disrupt that upload pattern. Maybe take a day off of it once or twice, or I don't know, however the pattern seeks to exist, I guess. But I uploaded twice a day, and I noticed tremendous slowdown on views, on interactions, on subscriber counts. It just all slowed down. Even though I produced more videos and more content, it ultimately negatively affected the growth of the channel. So I noticed Clip Shots has been producing 3 videos a day, and he's been right on the verge of hitting 1,000 for over a week, over 2 weeks, I think, or even longer than that, I think. But that's kind of where I really thought about it and thought, I think for smaller channels, it's probably better for us to not post so often in one day. Now, I can see the benefit whenever you look at larger channels, for sure, because they have a large viewer base. A lot of people might not like the content that they're producing, so might as well as produce more. Like my small channel, and probably similar to what Clip Shots is experiencing too, is a lot of our viewers, or a lot of us here at this channel, came because of Peglin, and we want to watch Peglin. We're not a big enough channel to really venture off too far without feeling some repercussions in viewership, and having to essentially start over on getting a new viewership within a certain game. We haven't been able to build that rapport with you all yet, if that makes sense. Yes, there's a few people that do subscribe to the channel for me, or for my nonsense that I talk about, and would watch any game that I produce, which I do appreciate that. That means so much to me. It makes me so happy that those exist out there, and I never thought it would. So I do want to take the time to thank you all for that. Let's stack some electricity. So I do want to thank you all for that, but it's kind of my theory, where smaller channels kind of need to stay true to one game for a while, and whenever you venture off, I don't know if necessarily what I'm doing is the right thing to do, but I think it's like the best thing in the case if I want to mix up the channel a little bit, just to keep it so I don't necessarily burn out or make the channel too dependent on one game. It kind of broadens that horizon a little bit by doing every once in a while 2 videos a day, but maxing it out at 2. Don't do more than 2, because if you do more than 2, more than likely it's not gonna push your content that much, because the more videos you produce, I don't think it's gonna give you that many more impressions. It's still gonna classify you as a low engagement channel, and usually whenever you have lower engagements, they're not gonna push your video out to more people. And so the more videos you make, the less engagements each video is gonna get, and the less engagements those videos are gonna get ultimately pushes your video out to a smaller channel, or to a smaller distribution of channels, I should say, or viewers. I hope that made sense. I know what I wanted to say. I think I said what I wanted to say, but I don't know if it came off that I said what I wanted to say. I don't know. That's the gist. The gist is, smaller channels, I think we need to kind of stay true to ourselves for what we are for the time being until we get to a certain size. I think, honestly, once you get to above that, like 1,000 threshold with a little bit of buffer subscriber count, I think you are kind of free to do what you want when you want with it, and still see consistent growth. Which, like right now, we can do whatever we want and produce whatever we want, but we won't have the same growth or the intended growth that we're wanting to see or wanting to achieve, and it'll kind of postpone that ultimate goal that we'll get to, if that makes sense. But I think I haven't really been tracking a dead fish's growth, but they're at 1.7k. They're almost 2k as well as subscribers. I think he's got a pretty good viewership that they could kind of play whatever game and not have too much repercussions from it, if that makes sense. And of course, like, Aliens Rock can probably play whatever game he wants. He's at 510,000. He can play any indie game that just comes out with no viewer base or no previous knowledge or anything on it, and do very well. I have no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And maybe one day we'll get to that point, but as of right now, which I'm so happy with where we're at right now, I'm playing games that I thoroughly enjoy. Like, Peglin is such a fun game. Such a fun game. If you haven't played it, highly, highly, highly recommend playing it, because it might very well revolutionize your whole entire life, and you might not have friends anymore because you're just playing Peglin. And you know what? If that's the case, I'll be your friend, and I'll sit here and play Peglin as well. How's that sound? But that's my working theory. Let me know what your thoughts on that theory is. And I guess also, don't forget, whenever you let me know your theory, your thoughts on my theory, please consider letting me know what a good recording software is, because right now kind of mixed with mine. Not really a big fan, but it does the job. So I mean, I'm not necessarily like, I need to fix now, but I would very much like it. Oh, a level 3? Why are you taking my level 3? Is it because all I have is a level 3? Yes, it's because all I have is a level 3. We're fighting the wall. Is it the wall that we're fighting? Yes, so we need damage. Level 3s do a lot of damage, but I don't want that level 2. That could get our electropegnet going a little bit quicker. I think, yeah, I'm gonna take the offer. Thank you for doing business with me. I'll probably run through the flames. I don't need that for any reason whatsoever. Not too afraid. I'm not too afraid of the shields just because the axe mean anything. But you know what I am afraid of? I am afraid of an elite. I'd rather get down to these question marks, get through these question marks as best as we can. Yeah, health doesn't really matter too much to us. So maybe if this second question mark's an elite here, I wouldn't be too upset. Fight and use, kind of gross. Yeah, I said I don't really care about the shields, but also I don't really like the shields. So we did enough damage to take out the shields there, by the way. Electro Peglin really dropped the ball there, not gonna lie. The ball had been dropped and it was dropped quite heavily on us. You'd even hit, okay, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Our basic orb is doing, or I mean our basic stone's doing more damage. Bold orb's nice, yes, but I don't need it. I don't need a bold orb. Bold orbs just get stuck on this boss. Oh, there's free relics to the left? Okay, if I knew the free relics were to the left over here, I probably would have went that way instead. You're a good one to start with if you hit this, look at that. Freaking popping off. If you hit the crit, well, I guess the crit wouldn't have mattered. Never mind. Well, this is gonna be gross. Well, don't worry. It's not gonna be gross because... What are you doing here? Okay. I guess do that until you're done. That was pretty entertaining, I guess. Kind of sucks that you got rid of the guy, but it's okay. I'm not judging you for anything. You're doing it too. I think we're doing a decent amount of damage here. Get back at it. Imagine if you hit a crit now. Boom. Do 700, 800, 1000 damage. I don't care what you do. You did 700. That's good. Hitting this refresh here is going to be actually big. The fact that you are hitting it too, zapping all of these. Oh my gosh. That's remarkable work. Remarkable work there. I mean, it wasn't as impressive as I had hoped. If you hit a crit, this will be pretty impressive. It's called farming. You want to understand? That's the first time you actually did this normal. Pretty impressive. Let's go ahead. Well, you're not farming anymore. Kind of sad. Hit the refresh and I will be a happy man. Don't hit the refresh. What is going on? Why were you getting attracted to the side of the wall there? Look at that. Look at that boost. And a refresh to call it off. Perfect. Put the crit up here. Boom. Couple refreshes. 1000 damage just like that. Not too shabby of work, I have to say. Now you, sir, are just gonna do like 400 damage and call it good. Yeah. Yes, this guy is getting quite close to us. Quite scarily close. I do have to say that is true. I am quite scared of how close he is getting and how, well, we just need 15 damage. That works. Now give me something good. Give me something good. Skip that. thought we already had gifts. No, we got the Lector Pegnet. Okay. Okay, if it's gonna give us all this, I'm gonna take it. I'm going to take it. The QR code. I saw a comment talking about how I called it the square instead of the QR code. So, QR code it is. I apologize for disappointing. Is one way to say it, I guess. I apologize for disappointing you. I do not wish to do it again. I wish to impress you, not disappoint you. What's it called? Over promise. No, wait. Under promise, over deliver. I think that's what it's called. Under promise, over deliver. Or over promise, under deliver. I think that's quite easy to do with a small channel, maybe. Decent work, decent work. You did your job. That's all I asked of you. Popping corn too. Oof. Oof. It's almost like we're not even in Cruciball right now. Look at this. 2 refreshes, 2 crits, max health, avoiding damage. I mean, avoiding the debuff, I guess, is the best way to say it. Decent. Decent. Well, with this, the speed of this run, I might have time for the Jimmy Jim today before the wedding. I probably should keep recording, but I did get a couple Slay the Spire videos. Sunday's not gonna have a Peglin video. I am going to give it 1 day's rest at least. Do we want the special relic? We have popping corn. If we get the special relic, we don't need the special relic, I don't think. I don't think we need it for anything. We have plenty of healing in the general sense of the thing. Duplicate an orb. Ooh, there's only one orb I want you to duplicate. Only one. And that's the one. Ho, ho, ho. Ooh, the Lector Pegnet is such a good orb. Such a good orb. Beautiful add to the game. I do have to say, I'm quite impressed. Maybe if I had Overhammer here, that would be nice too. But a couple bombs, one-shotting you, not too shabby. Triggering you, and then hitting this crit. Please does damage to both of them. Yes, you exist in my face, but we'll hit a couple bombs, get rid of you. I'm sure we'll hit one more bomb. Yeah, perfect. Got rid of this bat that was in our face. You have 150? Since when did you get 150 health points? Well, you're gone now. I had no doubt about it. And we're maxed health. Good thing we didn't get the special relic. We don't need that healing. We don't need Doctor Orbs. We don't need anything. We don't need anybody. Oh, I keep rubbing my face. At the wedding last Friday, this is kind of a thing that I was not a large fan of. It was kind of weird, but I see the point of it. I see the gimmick of it. But they had some sunglasses with one lens had the name of the bride, the other lens had the name of the groom. They went around and took pictures, everyone wearing these sunglasses, individual pictures of each person at the wedding with these sunglasses on. And you know what? That is 100% the best way to get pink eye, I think. I can't think of a better way to get pink eye than literally every single person in all 100 people wearing the same pair of sunglasses. But I digress a little bit. Just want to bring that up. Know your opinions on that. I did wear the sunglasses. How long does it take before you show signs of pink eye? Is my next question, I guess. No signs of it yet, but whenever I was rubbing my face, it kind of made me think of reasons I might be rubbing my face, and maybe it's because of pink eye. I don't know. I don't really know what pink eye entails. I just know it's an infection of your eye, and so sunglasses kind of are on your eyes, so I assume there's a little deviant conflict there, or sprouting of germs that way. It's kind of crazy. Electropegnet either does a lot of damage or it does absolutely no damage. There's like hardly any in between. It's like 200 damage there is not impressive one bit. And then look, the stone did more damage than the Electropegnet. I just, these refresh locations, man. Come on, get one of the refreshes. That's why I threw you over there, was to get a refresh. Okay, you can get it. Okay, you can get a refresh here. Nice, got rid of both of them. Perfect, you did your due diligence. Helped us as a team. Let's do some damage. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. Another thing, now that I sing that song, whenever they're walking down the aisle, like not like down the aisle with everyone, like after the ceremony and the bride and groom walks down the aisle after the walks back down the aisle back so they can go take pictures and whatnot. They're the first ones that leave and whatnot. The song they chose was like a Cardi B song. Like, it was so raunchy. It was such a raunchy song and kind of a weird choice. If I were to be completely honest with you, kind of a weird choice to do that, to walk out with, or walk back with. I don't know how you'd explain it, but definitely was not expecting that song. But that was another little takeaway that I had, a little nugget I had from that wedding. But also, another thing from this glorious wedding that I went to, it was actually a beautiful wedding, beautiful venue, overlooking some roaring hills. It was pretty nice. But my takeaway was, so I knew the groom, I knew the bride, I knew the best man, and I knew some of the wedding party, some other wedding party members, and then I knew like a couple people out in the audience. That's all I knew. And so I thought, I don't know, I thought it would feel less awkward knowing them, but I felt very awkward being there, like out of place, if that makes sense. It almost felt like I shouldn't have been there, and I felt like I was overdressed. Which all I did was wear some slacks. I wore like a sports coat, not like a sweatsuit or something, but like a suit jacket. And they were all different colored. It was like a dark gray pants with a dark blue suit coat, which would look nice. Doesn't look too flashy, doesn't look overdressed by any means, but I felt extremely overdressed and out of place there. It was the craziest thing. Almost like it felt like almost I didn't belong there. So I definitely made an earlier leave than I usually would have, especially if it was since it was an open bar. I was kind of surprised I left as early as I did, but I did because I kind of just felt weird being there. I said my congratulations and then I dipped on out, solely because I felt awkward being there. Don't know if you guys ever had that feeling before, but almost that feeling like I don't feel like I belong here. But if you had, please let me know. Make sure I'm not going crazy or something, or I might not be, I don't know. I felt like I was going crazy, but I felt so good whenever I left. Whenever I left, all I did was listen to some music. This was music, and this was out in the middle of nowhere. And it was such a beautiful drive back. Real driver's kind of drive, but I drive a Toyota Tacoma, so the drive wasn't as good as it would have been in like a car of some sort, like a sports car, or just even a sedan, hatchback. Any of those would have been a better ride, I think, than the ride I specifically had. That was gross and that was mean. You did not need to do that to me. Gross, mean, rude. You shouldn't have blown up on me. Every time this ball lightning lands, it heals me. It's glorious. All right, we don't need to start with you, but I think you'll do more damage to more people if I start with you. Well, that was gross. You did not do near as much damage as I had anticipated. Boom. Stay alive, please. I was not expecting you to get pushed out like you did. Hit the refresh. Nice refresh hit. 2,000 damage. It's not bad. Not bad. Wonder if each square means something. I doubt it necessarily does. Stay alive. 1,000 damage without hitting a crit. That's pretty big. Maybe you'll hit a crit eventually. I have faith that you will not hit a crit. Ball lightning's gonna be popping here, I think. It'll heal me all the way back up to full at the very least. Boom. Hit the two weakest. Probably smarter places to throw that than where I did throw it, so we're not doing too shabby. Not doing too as shabby by any means. 1,000 damage again. Oh, not enough to take you out, but I don't need to target you at the very least because we'll probably hit a bomb. If I throw here, we'll probably hit a bomb. Yeah, perfect. That'll get rid of him. We're not hitting our crits, which is kind of crazy that we're not hitting any crits. Oh, force. Well, now I'm probably gonna throw here. This frame rate though. Why is the frame rate hurting so bad? Decent damage. We're staying alive. Maybe I should have taken the time to take you out before you start doing even more damage to me. Oh no! Do enough, stay alive. Oh, thank you. You managed to stay alive somehow. Somehow. And you popped off. I couldn't ask for a better response than that. Hitting this orange, do 1,500 damage. Please, you finally hit a crit, so please don't be short. Short-lived. Hit a crit, good. You'll take him out at the very least. And then we're dealing with one guy. and you should heal us all the way back up to full. Well, not necessarily full, but you healed us back up. And now you'll heal us back up to full, right? Not to full, but you did yet again heal us back up at the very least. Good crit hit. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be an issue of us not winning here, I have to say. So I would like to take this last little bit to thank you all for the continued support and the growth that we're seeing here recently. It's just amazing seeing it and how fast we're doing it, and where we could be, I think, is the most exciting part. Where are we going to be? You guys are actually speeding it up to where I actually have to start thinking about a Discord and possibly even streaming at some point, which will be interesting. I think whenever it comes to streaming, I might have to do it once I get married, whenever I have a little more of like a consistent schedule. Because right now I'm spending evenings going over to her place, spending some evenings with her, then driving home, and then trying to record last minute. And so I think once I'm married, there will be a little bit more freedom and flexibility for streaming possibilities, and that will give us time to get our channel up, YouTube channel up a little bit, and really get it going. But thank you so much for tuning in, and if you like the video, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel so we can see this growth happen a little bit quicker, just that much quicker. But thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you later.